Welcome back again. Today we are going to discuss some more typesetting kind of thing in LaTeX. So let me show the document we prepared in the last lecture, and then we can move ahead. So this was the document we had produced. So there is some error. This project has error. Actually, this what you call overleaf. If we are working on overleaf, if there is a little bit error, then it also in that case also it produces some output. But in case if you are using software, then it may not produce. Okay, so that we can see later on. Thing is that this was the document we prepared, so many sections and so many things we have learned. And the last lecture was especially dedicated to array and multi-line expression. So we have seen up to this. Okay. Okay. One more thing you may be seeing here that there is a address kind of thing is there that Department of Mathematics, Ramanujan College. I didn't tell until now how to produce it. Okay, and of course I have not typed it at the end. Okay, you can see here I have not typed anything. Fine, but after this it is appearing. Okay, but for this we need to add one line here in the beginning itself. This is the very first line, document class, declaration of document class. And this is use package enumerate I have used for uh, giving various types of numbers to the item. Okay. And then the author, that is your name. And then I added in the line number 5, you can see this is address, / address. And then I can type here Department of Mathematics, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi, Delhi, India. Okay, this depends whatever the affiliation you have, you can type here. Okay, if you want to add something, suppose I want to add pin code or something, so I can type here roll 1 0019. Okay, so this is how, and once I am executing it, it will produce by default at the end here, not in the beginning. So every document class, just like document class AMS art is there, then it is producing uh, the title and some information in the beginning. Okay, and the address at the end. You can see this one, title and my name is here. And then if I have some what is called footnote, then it will appear here. Date also, it is appearing here only. At the end, we can see here Department of Mathematics, my address is coming at the end. Okay. So if we are using different document class, then we may get different structure. In some classes, we may get my address here in the beginning itself. Okay. Fine. So, okay. So for that, we need to change here only. Okay, this is just like document class article. This is AMS art, so American Mathematical Sciences article, and we can simply use article also. What are left, we can see here. We covered, I think, until here, spacing in mathematical mode, or what? No, not here, up to multi-line equations, I think. Okay. Yeah, this we have covered. Okay. So now we have here putting one thing above another. So एक के ऊपर एक रखना. Fine. So over and underlining. Of course, I have already told you suffix and superscript. That is subscript and superscript. So we have here underline or tilde kind of thing. So many things, so many symbols are there. So overline, if I want x square, then overline, and then +1, then overline above this one. So we can very much type this. So let us make this as section. I have, let me copy it. Okay. So let us go to our page. So here I'm making another section, /section, and then I can copy here. Okay, so we will be having another section here. So I want to produce one thing, another thing, just like overline I have seen here at that place. Okay, so if I want to put in the new line, then you can use $, or in let me take let me write this is how we can produce overline. So let me type here something. I can use this one also. So I want to suppose x square, or suppose I'm writing x to the power 2021, x to the power 20 and 21, fine. And then let us write 20 and 20. And I want to overline over this one. So overline, overline. So above what? Above x or x to the power this one? That we need to decide. Okay. So if you want overline over only this one, x, then you can write this is like you used to write x bar conjugate of it. That is x bar or something he needs to write, or we can write here z, that is z bar. You say conjugate of z, complex number. Okay. And another we want to overline over whole expression. So we can keep like this, and then we can execute it and see the output. So we need to go at the end to see the output. Let us see. So here we have another section, putting one thing another, and then we have, you see, overline z bar 2021 and 22, and then another overline is not appearing. Let us see why. It should come, I think. We have overline this one and then overline over this. Let me run another time. Oh, spelling. Okay, that is the thing, you know. If I would have typed this one in software, like LaTeX software, fine. So we may not have this kind of output, fine. In fact, ये run भी नहीं करता, execute ही नहीं होता. So you see, यही चीज हम वहां पे अगर कॉपी करके देखें अभी, let me copy this one in software. You can see you cannot get output there, any output, but here जो सही है उसको ये produce करता है. So let not this one. Where is our file? This was, I think. Okay. So let us go at the end. So one need to be careful while typing. Spelling should be correct. Otherwise, okay. So let me run this one. Here at this place, it takes a little time. It depends on processor or something. Many factors are there. Need to wait for PDF or what? Okay, it has come. You see here, because I pasted the correct spelling. If I put here V, then you see the color already changing. All right, here a little dark blue, and then here little light. So you can see it will show some error, and you see in line number, you can see here in line number, document number 1, line number 1, 2, 2, 3. How we can produce overline this one. So there is an error. You see line number. Okay. So in line number, how we can see line number? You in this software, you click here 224. So you can see here in 2 to 3. So there is mistake. You can see it a little with little careful manner, then you can find out what was the error. Okay, so now I have corrected this. You can see the output. Fine. So this is how we can produce overline, and then underline kind of thing is there also. Then just what we need to write replace overline with underline. And one more thing is that it is not like that कि हम जो है mathematical expression के ऊपर overline underline लिखे, आप लिख सकते हैं underline करना in when we are typing in Microsoft Office, you might have seen that sometimes we do underline, bold, italic, something like this, and the similar thing we are also doing here. Okay, so let us in new line, let us, this is how we can have underline text. Okay. Text or mathematical expressions. Fine. So mathematical expressions. Okay. So I can underline here. I can write backslash underline backslash underline. Okay, and then you put here bracket. Okay, then let me copy this one, and then we can use it for all some mathematical expression also. Suppose I'm writing sqrt 2021, and then let me take 20th root of this one. Okay, fine. And then also we can write something. Let us write plus, and then 2021 minus backslash alpha alpha. Okay, so one need to be careful that these expressions should be, because they are in mathematical expression, so we need to keep them in dollar. Okay, okay, let us execute and see the output. You see here we have underline, and then we have a mathematical expression also. This is also underlined. Okay, so let us see more thing. Okay, then we have over braces and under braces. So similar kind of application you can have. Fine. Let us see. Under braces. So for under braces, let us can you line under braces. Under braces. Okay. So let me take this expression. Try to type. So under brace, not plural. It is only under brace. You see under backslash under brace. Okay, and then you can keep the all expression which you want, for which you want some under brace. So you can keep whole expression or some part of expression within curly braces. Okay, so for that expression which are in that curly braces, followed by the command. Okay, you see here. Fine. If it is not clear, then I can do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let me make here new line, and then you can see here. And also you can do multiple thing. You can use underline here also. We can also use here overline or something, you know. Okay, so we have another thing. If we want to under brace, this is under brace, and then if you want over brace, then also we can keep this one over brace. So over brace. Okay. So let us run them. Okay, you see, this is over brace, then under brace is here. Fine. Of course, they are very. We have not given much space, so they are coinciding with each other. Okay, let us see. This is for two line horizontal spacing. So you can see a little bit more space between these two. Okay. So this is how we can use under brace and over braces. ठीक है, अब किसी एक एक्सप्रेशन में भी आप कर सकते हैं. So if you want something superscript or subscript over here like this, fine. So we can use that one with the like here superscript they have used, okay, exponentiation, and here for subscript to write something here they have used underscore 26. Okay, so we can use here also. Suppose for example I want something over it, fine. So how we need to write them in mathematical mode. Okay, ये पूरा का पूरा इन्होंने क्या किया, मैथमेटिकल मोड में रखा हुआ है. ये पूरा का पूरा हमने क्या किया, बिना इसके भी काम चलेगा. अगर हम इसको बाहर भी हम रखते हैं ना, ओवर ब्रेस एंड ऑल, तो भी ये चलेगा, ठीक है ना. लेकिन जब वो ऐसा एक्सप्रेशन आपको लिखना है, सो in that case we need to use this bracket. ओके, और डबल डॉलर यू कैन यूज, ठीक है. और जहां पे ये, क्योंकि इसके ऊपर हमें लगाना है ना, अंडर ब्रेस है, अंडर ब्रेस है, तो इसके नीचे हमें लगाना है. अंडर ब्रेस के ऊपर नहीं लगाओगे, अंडर स्कोर लगाएंगे, अंडर स्कोर लगाएंगे. सो व्हाट एवर इफ यू फील लाइक, सपोज आई वांट 20, so I can keep here 20, fine. And then if you can remove this also. Okay, so let me put them in mathematical mode, fine. This is over brace, so we need to write them in exponentiation form like this. Okay, so in bracket we can write 2021, something like this. And let me remove, because this double dollar or this square bracket kind of thing will produce itself some space between these two expressions. So let us see what we are going to get. You see, so here we have this one 20 below the under brace, and this is above the under brace. Okay, so I want something above this one, so we can write also over brace over there. So for example, I want over brace here, so backslash over brace, backslash over brace. Suggestion is there. Okay, over brace is there. So I want keep or an over brace above this expression. Okay, so over brace है, तो यहाँ पे हमें क्या लगाना पड़ेगा, exponentiation, because we are writing 1729. Fine. So we can see then what could be the output. You see, okay, the similar kind of expression we have typed here. Then ascents we have already talked about, hat and tilde kind of thing, you know. Okay, so these all things we have already discussed how to produce these kind of symbol. Fine. One more thing, when we type iota and all, so for iota sometimes or most of the time we used to type I, only I, and sometimes we produce iota. You see letters I and J should lose their dot when accented, ठीक है ना. So normally जब हम लिखते हैं तो ये I वगैरह, जैसे iota अगर मैं केवल लिखूं यहाँ पे, ठीक है. Let me show you. If I write here okay, iota, so you can see you see here that there is no dot above it. Okay. So, but what is the thing? We need to have a dot and all. So, in many cases, this iota may not solve our purpose. Okay, because they may look in a different way. Or if we are using this I and j and then we are writing them as vector, then we may lose dot here. Fine, we may lose dot here. Thing is that, but at that place, if you see the output here in this one output here, so we have really different notation. Okay, so we use here imath. Okay, imath. So see you can see the difference between these two. Okay, backslash I math. Okay, I math. And if you want some vector over it, then you can type VEC vector over it, VEC backslash VEC and I math. Okay, and here tilde is there. You already know how to produce tilde. So vector, and then you can write here backslash I math. Okay, so for j vector j, you can write j math. Fine. Let me copy it and then j math. Fine. So let us run and see the output. Okay, you see the differences. This is a normal iota when we wrote iota, and then I math, and then I vector, and then j vector. Okay, and if you want to really iota should look like this and this, then you can simply type I. Simply I. Depends how you want them to look like. I. Fine. And then you want J also. And this is a backslash and semicolon I am using just to produce, produce what? Spaces. All right. So many kind of spaces I have shown you in previous lectures, how we can produce horizontal space. Okay. You see, I and J, they have come differently. Right. So this is iota. And then staking symbols. Staking symbols means one symbol, another over another symbol. Fine. Just like here, we have A, right arrow B. Just we define function from A to B like this. And then if we have something A dash over A and B dash over this arrow. Here also above equals to we have a DEF. Fine. So these things need to be learned from here. First, let us produce this one. A arrow B as like this. It is A. Then let us write RIGST A double arrow right arrow. Of course, we need to give a little space. Command right arrow. और अगर ये कैप्स में कर देंगे तो फिर ये implication आ जाएगा, implies करके, ठीक है? Then right arrow, and then we have B. Okay, so this will let me write another right A double arrow. Okay, and then let us write C. So A, and then towards arrowhead we have B, and then towards arrowhead we have C. Yeah, you can see this one, A, arrowhead B, and then arrowhead C. Fine. So if I want to hear something above this one, then we can use stack-rel. This one, stack-rel. Okay. So when we are writing stack-rel, and then what text or something we want to keep here, or some mathematical symbol, we can type them here. Okay. Of course, when here just like DEF definition is there, so we need not to use some mathematical mode and all, because we are using already mathematical mode. in the beginning itself. Okay, so we can see, remember that between these two, before right arrow, because I want this thing to be displayed over right arrow. Okay, so backslash stackrel. Let me see the spelling. Okay, stackrel, stack. Okay, so I want over this arrow something, and then let me put this arrow because I want to produce this A over this right arrow. Okay, let me copy and paste here, and then change the text here. Let me write here B, and you want to, if dash kind of thing, you can write here dash also. There is absolutely no problem. Okay, or you, if you want to keep them simple, then you can keep them simple also. Okay, so you see, you can see like this. Okay, and then we have what is called this one symbol, another over another symbol. Okay, X bar, and then we have this kind of thing. So we can use like this also. Fine. Uh, so let me copy and paste here. Suppose I want to A equals to what they have written. Okay, definition. Okay, let me write like this only. So we have something here. Some bracket is here, and then they are writing. Suppose I'm writing A, and then B, then C. Okay, and then L dots. Okay, L dots. L dots. So ellipsis. You know, four types of ellipsis. All right. L dot, D dots, and then we have what other we have? We have uh, C dots. Okay, so all these all these are ellipses. Okay, so we have to produce something like this. So let us keep somewhere equals to sign. In place of this one, let us keep this one. Okay, and above this, let us write something. Uh, let me write limit. Let us see what is there. I just written some command over it. Okay, equals to, above equals to. So let us see what we are going to get. So there only DEF was there, but I have written something here. Okay, so you can also use this kind of thing to do. Fine. Okay, and then we have a spacing in math mode. For spacing, I have told you thin space, backslash by comma, and then this space, negative space is produced uh, by this expression. Okay, and then thick space is produced by this one. Fine, and then changing style, bold, italic, you all know all these things. ठीक है, तो ये सेक्शन यहाँ पे, और मैथ स्टाइल में आप जानते हो, डिस्प्ले में, टेक्स्ट में, सुपर स्क्रिप्ट में, सब स्क्रिप्ट में, है ना, ये जो आपका टेक्स्ट है इन लाइन मैथमेटिक्स होता है, जैसे हम लिखते हैं ना, ऐसे एक्सप्रेशन में लिख रहे हैं, जैसे ई रेज़ टू पावर एक्स आई लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, सो इस तरीके से हम कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। तो ये चीज़ मैं आपको सारी चीज़ें बता चुका हूँ, डिस्प्ले में कैसे होता है, आप बिगिन इक्वेशन एंड इक्वेशन लिखेंगे, ठीक है ना, टेक्स्ट में आप लिखेंगे सिंगल डॉलर यूज़ करके, या यू कैन यूज़ पैरेंथेसिस आल्सो, देन फॉर सुपरस्क्रिप्ट एंड सबस्क्रिप्ट आप इसके इस तरीके से करके यूज़ कर सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। फॉर फर्दर लेवल ऑफ सबस्क्रिप्ट, ओके, सबस्क्रिप्ट, सुपरस्क्रिप्ट आल्सो आई हैव टोल्ड यू हाउ टू राइट। ओके, एम बॉक्स भी बताया था मैंने, और बोल्ड, अगर मैथमेटिक्स को बोल्ड करना तो आप बोल्ड मैथ का यूज कर सकते हैं, जैसे हियर दे हैव यूज्ड बोल्ड मैथ। फाइन, So and these are the spacing character. I usually use this one, है ना, थिक स्पेस थोड़ा देता है. आप इससे कम चाहिए तो आप ये, अगर स्पेस कम करना है तो बैकस्लैश एंड एक्सक्लेमेटरी साइन. ठीक है, फाइन. So these are the things we can use here. Fine. Okay. Once we are done with this one, we can see the chapter 9 of this your another book by Byrender and Erickson. So इसमें भी आपका 9 point I think 9.7 and 9.8, 9.6 and 7 है maybe in the syllabus. I think here 9.6 and 9.7. So अगर आपने ये पूरा चैप्टर जो मैं इसमें डिस्क्राइब कर रहा था ये आपने देखा तो इसको फिर अलग से करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपने बहुत ज्यादा, इससे ज्यादा ही सीख लिया है. ठीक है ना, जो इसमें लिखा हुआ है. ये सारी चीजें आप जान रहे हो, मैथमेटिकल मोड, इनोमरेट एंड देन ये सारा तो आप टाइप कर लेंगे विद इन नो टाइम. ठीक है, बहुत ही सिंपल एक्सप्रेशन है. थीटा लेस देन और इक्वल्स टू, ये सारा डेलीमीटर्स भी हमने डिस्कस किए. ठीक है ना, ये फ्लोर फंक्शंस वगैरह जो हैं ये आपको थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा. यू नीड टू रियली सी what are the command to produce this, and then we learned also array, then multi-line expression in the last lecture. ठीक है, so like this one, my document is a student and then date is there. ठीक है ना, तो ये सारी चीजें आप कर सकते हैं इसमें. C dot और ये D dot इसका यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है ना, and then graphic and all we will see in the next class. ठीक है. So आज हम अपना डिस्कशन यहीं पे फिनिश करते हैं. ठीक है, और व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग दैट मंडे को वी विल सी हाउ टू राइट ए साइंटिफिक डॉक्यूमेंट. साइंटिफिक डॉक्यूमेंट मींस रिसर्च पेपर एंड ऑल इन लेटेक्स. ठीक है, मैं एक फॉर्मेट बनाऊंगा और आप लोग उसको लर्न कीजिएगा. उसमें क्या रहेगा, आपका नाम और फिर ब्रीफ थिंग अबाउट जो भी आप साइंटिफिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स बना रहे हैं उसके बारे में. एंड देन आपका रहेगा उसमें एब्स्ट्रैक्ट एंड देन इंट्रोडक्शन, देन आपके जो फाइंडिंग्स हैं वो, एंड देन रेफरेंसेस. ठीक है ना, और एफिलिएशन. ये सारा पूरा कंप्लीट डॉक्यूमेंट होगा. ठीक है, रेफरेंसेस अभी मैंने नहीं बताए आपको. इक्वेशन को साइड करना आई थिंक हमने आपको रेफर करना बताया है क्या, नहीं बताया ना, तो ये चीज भी वहां पे हम कवर करेंगे. ठीक है, वो नेक्स्ट क्लास में होगा मंडे को. फाइन.